What's up, guys? Justin here with the SketchUpEssentials.com. So in today's video, we're going to talk about how we can use Scan to Design on your iPad in order to Lidar scan a space quickly into SketchUp. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. Okay, so first off, and this is probably pretty obvious, this is only going to work on an iPad that has a Lidar scanner. Okay, so we're going to start by opening up SketchUp for iPad on your iPad, and then we're going to look at the bar on the left-hand side, and we're going to look for these three dots. And you're going to go find the option for Scan to Design and click on it. That's going to pop up this window on your iPad that's going to look something like this. And I apologize for the mess in my office, but it should give you a pretty good idea of how we can scan a space. So basically what you do is you use your iPad and you kind of like move it up and down, almost like you're painting a fence. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to fill in the grid all around the area that you're at. So you can see I'm kind of moving this up and down, making sure that I'm getting the tops and bottoms of the walls wherever I can, like this. And so what this is going to do is this is going to scan the space, and it's going to get all of that LiDAR data that this tool can then use in order to generate a mesh, but B, it can also generate walls that are more simplified for actually creating like a 3D space. But then once you're done, you could just click on the button on the lower right-hand corner, and that's going to process. Now, processing is going to take a little while. Basically, what this means is it's taking the data that we've gotten from Scan to Design, and it's converting it into data that we can use. And now we need to go in here and we need to name our scan. So you can call your scan whatever you want. Just make sure it's something that you're going to recognize when you create this. All right. And so once we've clicked the save button, that's going to put us in a space where we can see what our scan has created. And so notice how this starts off by showing us the LiDAR scan of the space. One thing I like to do is if you go into the tags section over here, notice how there's both an option for meshes and RoomPlan. We'll talk about RoomPlan in a second. I like to go into the meshes section and turn the ceiling off, because when I turn the ceiling off, then I can kind of see into the space. We're just turning that ceiling plane off so we can actually see what this looks like. And so if we take a look at this, the LiDAR scan itself it's okay. And this is a limitation of the LiDAR technology in general, is like if you zoom in and you look at stuff in the space, you can see how it does try to kind of like apply textures and photos to the walls, but you can see how depending on what angle you got, right? So I probably didn't get the back side of these helmets, for example, very well, but you can still kind of see where everything is and what everything is. But the mesh itself is definitely kind of lumpy. You can see that on the sofa and other areas. So that is something to kind of be aware of. So what I use the mesh for, and I'm going to toggle my tags off for a second. What I use the mesh for is it gives me kind of a visual of the space. I also like to take photos of a space, but it also gives me the ability to look at things and measure them. Like, for example, if I wanted to figure out where this door started, right, like how far off of this wall, I could come in here and I could use the tape measure tool, and I could measure between like this point and this point right here. And you can see that this is going to be approximately 3 inches off of the wall, right? So I like to use this as something I can kind of measure, right? I could use this to figure out like how wide these doors were, for example. And again, I mean, just looking at like the resolution of this scan and the technology in general, I do not consider this to be like a laser precise, super duper precise scan. That's not what it's for. If you do need something that precise, then you're probably going to have to start getting into like the laser scanning type space. But for quick measurements and quick spaces, I think this is still really good. But if you're doing anything with spaces that are like need to be measured down to the like 16th or something like that, this is definitely not the right technology. You're still going to want to get in there with a tape measure or a laser tape or whatever you use. But even for just like pulling up a reference of a space, I still think this is super valuable. And I also, there's some additional data in here that's actually really useful as well. So if you notice, if you go over into tags on the right-hand side, right now we're in the meshes, right? So we can toggle our meshes on and off, just by clicking in the eye right here. Notice that this breaks this up into a couple different things. So there's some kind of like interesting things that you can do. Notice how it like recognizes the floor. It also recognizes things like your furniture in here, and you can kind of like toggle those things on and off, which is kind of cool. I don't find it especially useful, but it is cool how it kind of like tries to identify those things. But in this case, if we toggle the meshes off and go into the room plan right here, what the room plan is this takes that LiDAR data, it kind of like processes it, and it kind of like figures out, oh, this is a wall, this is a door, this is furniture, right? So you've got the same options over here where you can toggle the objects on and off, but notice how it recognized that I have a TV on the wall over here, and then it recognized that I have other pieces of furniture in the space, right? So it actually recognizes those things. A lot of the time I'll toggle those objects off because they're more for reference. But what this does is this actually gives you like straight, flat walls, and it actually gives you a space. Now, one thing to note is if I had scanned outside of this room, right? So if I'd gone over here or something like that, there would be additional rooms off of the back. This is not limited to a single room. It's just kind of early in my house, and I didn't want to wake everyone up walking around scanning things. But you can do additional rooms. You just continue scanning, right? You just would have walked out of this room into the other spaces, and you just would have continued scanning them. Now, one thing to note about that is the further away you get, the more you start dealing with a little bit of drift, right? So if you're like way out here, what happens is the further away you get from kind of like this base original point, the more it kind of like drifts from the original. So if you're doing ultra large spaces or multiple floors, you might need to do multiple different scans in order to get that more accurate measurement. Again, at a certain point, you are going to want to make the jump to more like laser scanning type technology or something like that. But in this case, there would be additional stuff if you had scanned additional rooms. One other thing to note about this, you want to pay particular attention to the details, right? So for example, this closet door over here, this closet door is actually 3 inches off of the wall, right? So the actual door opening in here, notice how you can toggle doors on and off. This actual door opening would be off of this wall by about 3 inches. So it's definitely not like ultra accurate all the time. You still need to double check it and make sure that it did things right in here. So especially if you're doing something like really precise modeling. Now, if I just needed this space, like for example, one thing that I use this for is I use this to scan all of the rooms in my house, and then I just took the perimeter of the spaces minus the door openings to figure out how much base I needed. This was perfect for that because I don't need to be, I'm going to be buying those in certain lengths and cutting them to fit in the space anyway. So this is perfect for that. But if I needed to know to the 16th of an inch what those needed to be, this wouldn't be the right tool. So definitely this is a tool in your toolbox. I find it super helpful. Like if I need a space to figure out like what furniture is going to go in it or something like that, again, I don't need this to be laser precise. So I could use this to scan multiple different rooms and then just start dropping furniture in there. But just be aware of what you're doing and the tools that you're using is all that I'm saying. But now I want to take this and I want to send all of it over to my desktop. And so to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Trimble Connect. And so the cool thing about this is if you are logged in with the same, if you're logged in with the same login on your desktop and on your iPad, then this is going to be really easy because they're going to be logged into the same Trimble account. And so what you would do is you would go to the little hamburger menu over here, the 3 lines. You'd tap on that. You'd click on the option for Save As. What that's going to do is that's going to pop up this window. You want to make sure you select the option for Trimble Connect, not local. And you want to go to the, in this case, I have an example projects folder that I wanted to save this to. You can just save it in that folder. Well, the cool thing about this is once you save it in the folder, you can access this Trimble Connect folder from the desktop version as well. So we're going to go ahead and save a copy of this here. Then we're going to hop over into the desktop version and take a look at how we can import this directly into SketchUp without having to do a whole bunch of crazy conversions or anything like that. All right, so now we're going to import our scan into SketchUp from Trimble Connect. So to do that, we're just going to go to File. We want to go to Trimble Connect right here. We want to go to Open from Trimble Connect. When we do that, that's going to pop up a little option right here. We can go find our example projects folder, and we want to find our office scan model. right here. We're going to click on open. And so when we import that into SketchUp, that's going to have everything that was contained inside of the iPad version, right? So we've got the Lidar scan in here, as well as the scan to design walls. So we can just access those by going into our tags right here. We can toggle RoomPlan on. We can toggle meshes off right here. And so one thing you do want to pay attention to is you want to pay attention to the details of the space, right? Like over here, for example, this door is off the wall by a little bit, and this actually picked that up. But over here, it didn't. Like this is also off the wall by the same space that this one is over here. So you do want to pay attention to those little details. That's why I usually use scan to design for something where I want to get kind of a quick measure of the space, but I don't necessarily want to use this for super precision, right? Because even if I look at the mesh in here, even though we can see things like our door, right, which is good because we can come in here and we can measure this, I would not treat this as if it was something that's like laser precise, right? Because it's really not. And you can see that just by looking at some of the things in the space, right? Like these got scanned in, but they got scanned in kind of lumpy. So I would not expect this to be more than within an inch or two, a couple inches of the actual size of your space. Now, for a lot of things that I do, this doesn't really matter. So if I'm like measuring base in a space or something like that, or I want to get this space close enough that I can come in here and I can kind of like model out things that are going to go in the interior, like desks and things like that, I think this is going to be good. But you may want to, especially for things that require precision, do some kind of spot checks with a tape measure or whatever other tool that you have. All right, so that's how you use scan to design to create a quick model of a space. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you're using this tool, if it's something you'd consider using. I just love having that conversation with you guys. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.